We are going live. Hi, people. Well, ain't nobody here yet. You know, we do not perpetrate the fraud on this side. But I know IG is letting people know you guys are coming on. Let me just write the time down. It's about 6:03 right now. Tasha Sweet. Hey, baby. GJ Kevy Kev. Hey, y'all. Hey, Southern Girl. 7777. That's my friend. And look, come on with the extra sevens. Okay, let me bring Dex on. Woo, child, baby. Jesus. That's tight. Let's see. Any more. Okay, Professor.
Nope, maybe not.
What? IG, don't play with us. I hear you, Dexter, but you're cycling.
Good now. I'm good now.
You're good now, but you know what? I had popped. Lunel is live right now, and I popped in on her. Let me just turn this. Stop streaming. Let me go home. I popped in on her, and she kept freezing, and people kept saying like, "Oh, I think IG is acting up again." So I paused all my electronics, my streaming.
I think I paused initially because I turned off the Wi-Fi. For some reason, it works better when Wi-Fi is off.
Really? Oh, it happens like that sometimes. You got that good phone plan, chat.
We'll see how that works out for me.
Come on, Dex. I'm feeling this look, and look at us always representing Megxit and Quills.
One of the things I asked for Christmas is hats. People are like, you always wear the Mexican and Quills hats, and I'm like, because I love them. Like I love the fact that it's a crown at the top of the hat. Like,
Yes.
so
I don't know. When I read the Megxit and Quills thing, it just gives me some, like a little, I don't know. I can't explain it. Even though we're not loving the Royals right now, or at least the ones here, because Megan getting on everybody damn nerves. Hey, Opa, Liberty Fitness Boxing Studio. Opa, I will see you tomorrow.
for being so hard on Megan. Like it's people in America though are pretty weird though, to be honest with you. But anytime I wear this hat or any one of Mexican Quill's hats, I always get like compliments and questions.
I love it. Yeah, people are like, what is that exactly? Why don't you go on the site and find out and
Hello?
get yourself some? Hello. Because look, any brand, that's why I love helping people build their brands, especially something that like I like, because like sometimes people will say that shit to try to sneak this, but guarantee you when Nike came out, somebody was like, well, what is it? What is it? And look at fucking Nike, the brand today.
Overall,
So
yeah.
it's like some people, if you want to support, just support, do the research yourself. And let's hope we turn whatever our girl has as Megan and Quill, some type thing, into a little conglomerate. Hey, y'all. Hi, everybody coming in. Thank y'all so much for showing up and showing out with us. We appreciate your time. But overall, how have you been, Dexter?
Something's happening right now, and I'm really bothered by it. I'm happy we have this time so I can get it off my chest.
Let's go.
Guys, we do a podcast. Toy and I do a podcast. We put the podcast out on Mondays. So if you search Minimum Balance, the Minimum Balance podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, it's right there. It's available. I hope you guys enjoy it. This week was actually a really good episode of the Minimum Balance podcast. I'm really excited about it. We talked about everything from Deion Sanders to Herschel Walker, which, by the way, that's over. Herschel Walker saga. We don't have to deal with it anymore. But I watched this movie on VH1. It was called A Hip Hop Family Christmas, right? And the movie was good. Terrence J's in it, Neo's in it, Carrie Hilson's in it, MC Light, right? But what's bothering me is that in the movie, I believe it was Method Man and MC Light are the parents of Carrie Hilson and Terrence J and the girl Soraya. Now, my issue with this is that MC Light is 52 years old.
Well, yeah.
Carrie Hilson is 40 years old.
Y'all gonna stop doing this.
In what universe is MC Light able to play Carrie Hilson's mother? Like, I
well, hold up. We're not gonna act like now. What was the storyline behind it? Because it be 12-year-olds out here giving birth now. I know it ain't I know I don't want to say, I know it's few and far between, but this is a thing. But if that's the case, I'm going to need y'all to write this shit in the storyline. Because if you ask me, both women is like, MC Light looks amazing. She does not look her age at all. So
But
how you cast people that look like sisters as this my mother?
even if she didn't look as good as she does, in no way, shape, or form can a 52-year-old have a 40-year-old child. Like, that's not possible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well. Like, Tanner, you really want to be that 12 years old? Like, I don't know. It just, that really bothered me. And every time they would do scenes together, I'm like, and then Method Man is Terrence J's father in this. And I'm just like, guys, you're really bothering me. It's a VH1 movie. It's good. The movie's good, like, for what it is, a holiday movie, but I couldn't get past it. I really couldn't.
You know what's crazy, Dex, that you even mentioned that up? So I know the reason why I say that, because we have friends of the family that's their situation.
Seriously?
Her mother had her first child at 12. And when they go out, and the first child was a boy. But in adulthood, I mean, babies raising babies, people think that they're together, like it's a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shout out to You Won't See It. He just joined the show. He's the co-producer of tonight's show.
Yeah. Oh, come on, You Won't See It. I love how you guys pull up and contribute for us. We love y'all.
Latoya, like, really quickly though, you guys, we're in Philadelphia. We always start off with Philadelphia news. Latoya, Chocolate Divinity here, has filling in for Roxy Romeo on the Rise and Grind morning show. She's been on all week, so if you guys are in the Philadelphia area, or if you're not, tune into the iHeartRadio app. It's Power 99. The show airs from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join it. She is so good on the show. Like, it is so great. It's not great getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it is good to get up and just listen to you on the show. Like, you are natural. You sound amazing, and it's super exciting to hear you on there every day.
Thank you guys so much. When I tell y'all the support between the text messages and the calls and y'all sliding in my DMs, I see a bunch of people mention me in stories, so I will be resharing, but I'm trying to get myself acclimated. You guys are seen. If I hadn't gotten back to you yet, there is no slight. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I'm just so thankful. I mean, we're holding it down for Roxy. We really have a lot of fun going in there. Again, it's day 3. It's been a while since I've, back in the day, I did fill-in like producing for another radio station I was at for years, but that was in my 20s, and my schedule was crazy. As I get closer to 40, this shit hits different, and a bitch need naps.
Are in Philadelphia on your radio dial, it's 98.9 to listen.
Yes, Power 90, and it's legacy station, and I'm just happy to be a part of the family overall. So
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And guys, you didn't hear this from me, but if you really like it, maybe you should tweet about it, tell them keep Latoya on the show forever. I'm just saying, like, it's great to know somebody that's on the show. I think that's great.
I love you guys. Thank you so much, Dex. I love you all, and I'm looking forward to finishing out the week with my guys, and we will be back for more fun next week. But I will tell you after this, Dexter, don't nobody call me this weekend. It's over. Chocolate is unavailable because she outside of the gym. Because I will see you tomorrow. So if I don't see you Friday, Saturday is that, Chocolate will be unheard from, okay? Doing my favorite thing at home. Nothing. That's my favorite thing to do.
Early.
Oh, huh?
So that sounds like what I'm going to be doing this weekend, and I'm not even getting up early.
Yes, you are, because you're getting getting up early to listen. So I appreciate
Yeah.
everybody who has a chance to tune in and gives me the feedback. Tosh, eat sweet. Thank you, baby. I really appreciate you. So more fun to come with the crew. So more local news. Dex actually sent this one. There has been in Philadelphia. Is it Philadelphia or just PA overall?
It looks like it's Philadelphia.
Okay, so Philadelphia are deciding if they're going to usher out a new way of doing the school year.
Yeah.
They are allowing the parents to decide what the school calendar will be. So
Yeah.
it's just talks right now. It's not settled, but our resident public school aficionado, Dexter, let us know the insight about this because this is something I'm not really understanding.
So it's exactly what you said though. They're letting parents like vote or decide on what days they should like, you know, the calendar year and everything. So like when school starts and all that kind of stuff like that. It usually starts in I think September. Yeah, it does. It starts in September and then it goes to like June, July. I think it's June.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. So that's how the school district works now. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting about this is that they also are allowing parents to have a voice when it comes to days off. I think that that's a big deal because like there's a lot of like professional development days that are happening and parents are always or seemingly pissed about it because they got to find care like after school care or like, you know, somebody to watch their kids during the day. And I think this will give an opportunity for parents to kind of like, I don't know, maybe like voice their opinions. If they don't like it, they can say like, hey, like you guys are doing too many of these days. I don't have money or time or somebody to watch the kids, and they can kind of have their opinion heard there. But also I think it helps for the parents who are like, yeah, like let's plan these days out in advance. We know when the days are so I can be prepared for it when it's time for you guys to go through your professional development. So it's something that I've never seen this before in the school in Philadelphia. So it'll be really cool to see how this turns out.
Yes, and do they execute this outside of like anywhere else? Has it been proven successful?
Never heard this before. This is my first time. This.
This like sometimes if I just look at it, it could create somewhat of a clusterfuck because it's too many cooks in the kitchen. Like, how are you going to just have it open and everybody decides what day is this and that? Is it going to be an alternate schedule? Like, I'm not I need to see this happen because I'm really not understanding how everybody is going to get on the same page where collectively everybody is working different schedules out there.
This with you, I feel like this is like a PR kind of thing. I don't really think that this is real. I think it's kind of like when you are like when you were younger, you were actually in school and they're like, hey, do you guys want to have pizza or popcorn? And like, you know, the class anonymously votes. Like you don't know what people are voting for. And then at the end of the day, it's like, oh, we have pizza. And it's like, okay. And you voted for popcorn. It's like, well, okay. And like there's
It was already ordered.
right, there's no the pizza's already and all of a sudden the pizza's coming in the room already. And it's like, oh damn, y'all move quick, huh? No, like gonna be the whole time. Like we just wanted to make you think you had a voice.
Thank you like this because I'm like, if anybody, I mean, and I'm not even a parent, and I'm like, huh? Like, so our parents, like, come on, I know I have our parents in the comments. What are y'all thoughts on this? It seems a bit weird to me. I just don't know, but I'm with you, Dex. Y'all scamming.
So like this is how you like make people feel like they're more important than you actually think that they are.
Yes, absolutely. So another news that broke with since we were last on, and I've been seeing this and somewhat not really staying away from it, but I was just like, wow. So recently there has been a Virginia school that
just real quick before introducing that one, Nona Britton, Seven said they have done this in Florida. They just take their input. They take the input. They changed our Thanksgiving break from school to a whole week. So there, it does seem like they are. It does seem like it's one in other places, and it seems like there was a change made elsewhere.
okay. And that's good, like around holidays too. So that makes sense to me because I kind of never understood that with the kids. That week is so busy. A lot of people travel within that entire week. I know with us, we were military, so we were the road trip family. So my parents always had to take us out of school right before a holiday before we got on the road to go visit the family.
You know how horrible that is, though? Like, so with us, they used to always give us our report cards right before Thanksgiving break. And it was
Hmm.
3 days that you be home with your family after getting your report cards. Could you imagine getting a bad report card and being home with your family for a full week? Like, I would, I would probably just start doing better in school. Like,
You was a kid, what report card? I get nothing.
that would be hard for me. Like, right before the holidays, you're gonna give me this report card? Come on.
You remember them kids that listen? I don't want to say I wasn't a straight A student, but I was a good student. I was like between A's and B's. I struggled like with math. Up till this day, like don't give me no motherfucking shapes. What I'm gonna need this for? Like I don't need that shit. I know how to count my money, and that's and align and add some shit up. But I remember the kids back in the day that would take the report cards and it would be like a D or something, and you sitting there trying to make an A out of it. You need to get your ass beat.
With the D's, they would make them B's. With the F's, they would make it an A. And it's like, you're really going to go that far and give yourself an A when you know you got an F? Like, come on.
And you need to. And if I was that parent, you know you're getting your ass beat, right? Because you think I'm stupid. Don't do this. Come in this house with this F word, and we'll talk about it, and we'll work on the plan to get you out of the negative. Ron Davis says New Jersey has parent-teacher conferences and vets day, which equal up to about a week out. Okay. All right, so we can tell. So it has been played with a while, but it makes sense to me if you do it around like the holiday season. Because I'm thinking like, what the fuck you mean? We gonna talk about week? Are we taking weekends now? Are we gonna add another day? Like I'm like, it has to be some type of limitations and power that parents can have. Because I'm like, you would just have to have a floating schedule, school 24/7, and send them whatever.
Yeah. Now, you were starting this next story, and you were saying that there's a school in Virginia that's allowing what?
A satanic club.
A satanic club.
Uh-huh. Aren't we supposed to have a separation of religion in schools?
No, there's Catholic schools. It's church and
Well, in public schools, though, is this a Catholic school and
no,
public school? You're
no,
not.
I don't think you have to have a separation. Do you? I don't think y'all let us know. I don't think so though. I think you're allowed to have like religious stuff. And
You know what? Well, so many rules have changed as of late. Nowadays, growing up, I used to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school.
don't do that.
And now, but I think there is because a lot of people, the reason why they got rid of it, because people was like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, wait, shit, it's been so long. Let's do it, Dex.
I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, if I can recall, they stopped doing that because they were saying because of the God thing, and a lot of people, well, some people don't subscribe to the God factor, so to speak. And from what I can recall, that's why they removed it from the school. So even though Satanism, it's still a type of religion, you you're praising the devil. So why is it allowed in the school?
My producer is telling me that this is over 50 years ago, June 25th, 1962. There was a Supreme Court case where they said like they declared school-sponsored prayers unconstitutional, which is weird because I wasn't born in 62 and I was definitely saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, no, but so before our time, so in the 60s, I remember my mom, we had conversations about this back in the day. She said they used to start like with the Pledge of Allegiance, but they used to start the day off with a prayer.
Well, maybe they need to go back to that.
You definitely need to have it, because ever since you stopped doing it, the shit done went haywire. Now y'all niggas are talking about let's celebrate Satan in the classroom. Are y'all okay?
About this story, this Virginia satanic cult, is that this is an elementary school that's doing this. And I just think that elementary schools, all of us are like easily like influenced and stuff, but I definitely think an elementary school, like these kids are definitely more is that a word? Influenceable? It is today. They're more
Yeah, we're gonna make it. Yes.
than like most people would be. I think that's very dangerous. I don't like that.
I just look at it like this. Y'all, these schools is tired. They want y'all kids to be homeschooled so damn bad that they just saying, well, let's start all the deterrents, because they tired. We can't find no motherfucking teachers. You got crackheads teaching damn students. I mean, at this point, anybody can be a teacher. Like, what the hell?
I think this is actually exhausting for teachers too, because now they have to, the teachers that are there in the classrooms, they have to explain this and talk to it. And then like, maybe that may make them uncomfortable. Could you imagine being a teacher and you are religious, and then, you know, you have students in your class that when they leave, they're going to a satanic club. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, that would make me uncomfortable as a person, personally, who is into religion, like to know what these kids are being taught in the school that I work at.
I'm pulling my kid out ASAP after that, because there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it was something I guess a few months ago we just did after our unscheduled Christmas came early break, where there was a report, you know, the K-12 program.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are schools that are all across the country. And it was a report that I want to say like 250 like faculty, I don't want to say all teachers, but just faculty and staff had, I want to say, police records of like sexual assault, child endangerment, and all of that shit. And I was like, they want y'all kids to be homeschooled so damn bad. It's not even funny, because if I heard that and I had children, all right, virtual school me, please, because and we'll figure out something else about some type of outside of the home extracurricular activity, because I don't want my child growing up as a weirdo and not having the social skills. So, but these schools are scary right now, and I just don't know where to go from here. Where in VA is that school? Could you look that up? I'm not sure exactly where in Virginia, but
When I just got with my producer, and they just said it just says Virginia.
okay.
Of the code, it's, I mean, the code of ASSC, after school Satan club, but it doesn't show like exactly where it was. It's in the Chesapeake Public School District, if that helps at all.
Oh Lord, okay. Last time I knew Chevwell, being when I lived down there for a while, I think Chesapeake was like a good area, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, it doesn't, I don't even know why I said that shit, because it don't matter if the area is good or bad. The niggas is trying to bring Satan in school, and I'm just not with it. I don't give a hell where it is. And shout out to everybody checking in. Y'all come on, have a seat. Hey, Real Live Dill, I did see you in the comments earlier, and you better say hi to my guy Dex. Don't be coming in this house being disrespectful. You say hi to me. You say hi to Dexter.
You know, sweat off my back. You know, I don't care.
Ain't nobody worried about that boy. Hey, everybody. Okay, let's go on to some other news. This is bad. Oh, let's get into a little bit of lawsuit news. So recently, news just broke right before we got on that Lil Wayne is in a little bit of legal trouble. Well, not legal trouble right now, or just thrown up in all in the mix of a lawsuit. Lil Wayne's former assistant, his name is Andrew Williams. He is suing him because the assistant claims that while they were on a private jet, Lil Wayne and the pilot were having I guess a disgruntled, heated argument. So the assistant claims that he tried to get in between them and interject. Lil Wayne felt as though he was disrespected and he didn't like the being interjected into the chaos. So Lil Wayne proceeded to punch his assistant in the jaw. Lil Wayne, on the other hand, is requesting from the judges that the case is thrown out because it is self-defense. Dexter, do you see this as a money grab from the assistant, or could this be like a real thing? Because I feel like right now everybody and their mama is do the slightest infringement, everybody is looking for a money grab. And I haven't heard any stories like this about Wayne in the past, not saying that it's not true, it couldn't be a thing, but you know who I do know what's a thing from? That mother, what's the supermodel name? The black.
No lie, when you were thinking about that, that's like my favorite lawsuit, when she used to throw her BlackBerry at her assistants. I think that is so funny. Like, Naomi.
I could never be her assistant because it would have been all on the news. Naomi Campbell done got her ass whipped by one of her assistants. So what do you think? Do you think this is a money grab or what?
To be clear, you said Lil Wayne was getting into it with somebody else and the assistant got in to break it up?
Uh-huh.
So is a teacher or a counselor in a public school, right? And I always say, if these kids are fighting and you get in between it and you get hit, that's your fault.
Let your boss handle the shit how he was going to handle it. What is wrong with you?
Gonna fight. I'm not getting in the middle of two people who are physically, unless they're my friends.
Yes.
And even then, that's a big maybe. I may say, stop, guys, chill out. But I'm not about to get in the middle of two grown men swinging at each other. If anything, you should be getting sued because your hard head got hit by that man's face. Like, come on.
Why was your head in the way? Ain't nobody see, had you minded your business, I am your boss or I am your man. You work for me. Let me handle this. What you interjecting? You ain't the motherfucking bodyguard.
And the only thing I think that if you were going to interject and do something, you should have fought the guy for him. If you weren't going to do that, then we didn't need you to get in the middle of this at all.
Thank you. So do you think it sounded like a money grab? I feel like it is.
I don't necessarily think it's a money grab. I think that people have this heightened sense of like entitlement and sensitivity. And it's like, this happened to me and I want compensation for it because it happened to me. Well, realistically speaking, at the time, the person was probably like, damn, I shouldn't have gotten in the middle of that. But now they're like, oh, I could probably get something out of this.
Mm-hmm. Something that could definitely blow up. Mm-hmm. But Lil Wayne, this is just a message for you. Cooler heads prevail, baby. Namaste. Calm down. Listen to some high elevation music to get you going. You start doing that, you will live an unbothered life.
People who smoke, they be a little, they chill, you know.
What's your I don't want none of your bitch, cause I don't want none of that. And speaking of smoking, Dexter.
Oh, more lawsuits.
Actually, is this a lawsuit? No, this isn't. This is somewhat of a money grab. Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Okay. What is he doing?
Of New Birth Church. We all know him. If you don't know him in the religious world, you also know him as Giselle's ex-husband, Giselle Bryant's husband.
Or you know him in the maternity ward because he has like 100 children.
Somewhat he was married to Giselle.
Most of them.
And when we like 1,000 years down the line, this world, everybody is going to be like related to future Pastor Jamal Bryant and who's the other? Nick Cannon.
And that girl, the woman, Kiki Wyatt.
Kiki Wyatt.
Yeah.
Who's going to be in the Philadelphia area? I want to say this Saturday at the Keswick Theater.
Yeah. Go get y'all tickets to see her. She got to support them kids. She got 10 of them.
Come on now. And we don't want no octomoms out here, being on the system. Kiki is out here trying to get her a real, like she's getting it. She got a voice like no others. We do not want to see this woman in a celebrity boxing ring trying to get a check for the trimming.
Speaking of octomom, though, super throwback. Do you know how crazy it is to get multiple eggs implanted inside of your body to have these babies, and think that it's appropriate for you to be on welfare?
Where'd she get the money from?
Yeah, right. How did you get that? How did you get them to do that operate? It's not free. It wasn't free. So
Not. And I think at the time she was on welfare too. What? Who gave you this money, sis, to do all of this? I'm confused.
when people found out that she was on welfare, they were pissed off.
And you know what I was happy about?
Oh, I read.
She wasn't black. Because you know we got that stereotype for years. The welfare queen. Well, that's a lie. And Octomom years later, not saying that she proved it because people love going for the headlines, but statistics had always shown it was more whites
Right.
abusing the system, or not abusing, but using the system than black people. And then Octomom came through, just sealed that deal, and all of a sudden welfare queen kind of went away. We ain't hear much about it. So
How did it also too, like, is population wise too? Like when you think like people don't necessarily say it that often, like who's using the welfare system. It gets kind of weird too, to be honest with you. When you really start to like think about it and hear about it, it gets a weird. But we're off topic.
Yeah, we're all talking about really quick welfare system. This is one of the things that I knew, like, oh yeah, y'all out here. I went to a wedding years ago, like out somewhere in the mountains in Pennsylvania, and it was a town predominantly like white, small town, white America. I drive by one of the schools, in one of the stores, it said we accept EBT. I said, who need EBT around here? Because
Is that vegan wedding you went to with no alcohol?
no, you can't have a vegan wedding and no motherfucking alcohol.
Okay, so it was just one and not the other. I thought it was.
Yes. It was one and not the other. And when we all got back to that mother, because the wedding was 3 hours away. So once we all piled out of that wedding, it's the drunkest I have ever been. I'm like, since I'm not got at a wedding, I'll say.
No.
Since I'm not going to eat good, give me all the Jack Daniels and cider.
Friends with these individuals?
Yes. I mean, of course, years go off, but if I see them, we're friendly with each other. I give them huge hugs, like we're good. But do we talk every day? No. I think we might catch up every a few months.
I think that's one of the most insane things to do, to throw a vegan wedding. Like, just because you are, to think that the rest of us would not want to have food. That is crazy, actually.
And guess what? They had to do it because guess where it was held?
A farm?
An animal sanctuary.
See, y'all, that's the type of stuff that you and your partner, y'all go and y'all get married there and then send us the pictures. That's crazy.
One of the guests, one of my girlfriends, her husband, and he was just more of like a man, like, thank God I'm a country boy, like the hats and the boots. When I tell you he was pissed off that entire wedding, by the end, he was like, I'm fucking hungry. Let's go. I was like,
You have to eat shit. Oh, but like still, like that's like kind of ridiculous.
and it's a good thing it wasn't no weed there because you know the weed give you the munchies. What we eating on? This ain't gonna do it. But anyways, back to the weed story. So Pastor Jamal Bryant, he recently was interviewed. I don't know whose shows, but the soundbite went viral. For his views, he actually says that he is looking for black people that smell like weed.
What?
Yes. He's looking for people who smell like weed. And of course, people laughed and they were like, what do you mean? What does that mean? His reasonings is that the New Birth Church sits on the largest owned land in the country, like for a church or maybe a black church.
Right.
So he's looking for young black men to come on into the church and he wants to cultivate weed, grow marijuana on the church's property.
What?
And therefore, these young black men who are already out here, smoking and toking, you already out here doing it, probably have felonies or whatever the case may be. How about we bring them to the church? We teach them how to farm and cultivate, and that way we make money that way. So he's extending or creating an opportunity for these young black youth to make money and learn a trade. Thoughts?
I'm not mad at it. At first, knowing that you're growing weed on a church ground is a bit weird to me. Like that's odd to me. But you got to be sustainable, and things are changing. And okay, I mean, okay.
And he does say, since it is legal now. So what would be the real issue to stop it?
Well, the real issue is that you're at a church. That's the issue right there. That's the issue.
So you ain't never walked out of church and said, oh, I can't wait to go home and smoke. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm out. But you know what? Let me go on back outside the church. They got me for an eighth.
Like church is probably one of those places that I don't think about weed at all. Like I don't think about weed or alcohol. Although I did attend a funeral, and at the funeral, people were drinking outside of the funeral. So
outside the church at the funeral?
Mm-hmm. They were like drinking, like passing Hennessy around, drinking. I was like, oh, okay. Well.
I've known for usually the uncles, the great uncles, and everybody. They tend to do that at the usually it's at the repast though, because everybody's getting together. We're cool, and everybody goes back to the house afterward, and you're sitting around and you're drinking, but not on the church property.
Before the casket came in, they were outside drinking before the casket. I guess they had to, get it right.
Well, listen, where else you gonna pour it out for the dead homies?
Well, they wasn't pouring it out; they were drinking it. I was like, oh, okay, well,
Don't do it while they buried. Do it while they still here. Go on a little something, take you a little swig of flask.
But I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's any such thing as funeral etiquette. I think when you're at a funeral, like honestly, anything goes, because how you grieve and what you feel like is necessary, that's on you. I have cousins who like to perform. They like to try to jump in the casket and whatnot. And it's like, if this is what you need to do to get it off, then do it. Because everybody just don't want to sit and just cry. Some people want to take it to the next level, or they need to take it to the next level. And if that's what you got to do your thing. I'm going to laugh at you, though. I'm definitely going to laugh at you.
I don't want anybody to be like too disrespectful when I pass away, because it's all coming for all of us. Let's hope it's way later down the line than sooner. Don't get too ratchet, but y'all better give a show.
No,
I need something to enjoy and gaze upon while I'm sitting and kicking it with our Lord and Christ. And talk to the homies, that the ancestors that I'm meeting for the first time. Look at them. And look at what's going on down there.
Some people fight at funerals. If you're in a situation where it's a person that you don't like and you give them the whole, like, it's on site and all that kind of stuff like that, and the on site just so happens to be your funeral, this may be the last opportunity you have to show them how you really feel about them. So just fight.
Just do it.
And also, I don't think there's a certain attire that people should be wearing at funerals either. The Lord obviously says, come as you are. And if this is all you have and these are the clothes that you own, wear it. Wear it. We got to stop putting rules on funerals. Like, you got to stop doing that.
Now, I will say, do not come to my funeral with your titties and ass out. Now, you got to have boundaries and limitations somewhere. You can fight. Please fight over me. Like, go ahead. It will make me happy. But if you show up and you're naked, I will haunt your ass it ain't over. It ain't over.
Typically, when a person dies, you try to bury them in a week or two, right? Like at most. Like, you don't really try to. My family is usually like 3 days or so. Like, we're really quick with it, like burying them, whatever, right? So you mean to tell me that if right now somebody died, I have to then go and buy an outfit to go to the funeral? That sounds crazy.
You're an adult. You should already have a good outfit in your damn closet, especially a man. It's no offense. You should use the same suit for the funerals, the job interviews.
Oh.
And you should have something.
What's nice to you may not be as nice to me. What I think is nice may be something that you'd be like, you gonna run into the funeral? Yeah, I am. This is normal to me.
Well, I'll say that if you want to give me a show, you can wear what you will to the viewing. But once the services start, you have to leave. Because we will not be sitting in the Lord's house looking like a hooker. But somebody said earlier, but when the widows come out or the side pieces come out, and the words of the great Babs of what was Diddy's show?
Making the band.
Making the band. Let them fight.
So, real life deal said just wear black, and you want to see it said every man wants to wear a tie. You're telling me what to wear, and this motherfucker's in the casket wearing Air Force Ones. Like, I'm not doing it. Like,
well, listen, when that's the case, wear what you wear.
People are dying at a very, very, very young age, and they may not have the clothes. Also, like, on a regular, I don't really like to wear suits and stuff like that, and I definitely don't like to wear no ties or whatever. So when I die, I want to be butt naked in the casket. That's how I want to be. But y'all gotta, like, cause if you like dead, like it's not gonna be no
No,
it's not nothing like making the thing down there, like like do what it do. So y'all gonna have to pump it up a little bit, like make me look good. Like let me go out with some pride or whatever. But butt naked, throw me in the casket, butt naked, and I want y'all to be there and like and enjoy it.
Real life Bill said bury me in forces. I don't know, but that's good. You guys want to be seen. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm saying it on document. It won't be no motherfucking viewing. What the fuck y'all want to look at my dead ass body for? No, you're not gonna look at me like that.
Somebody just said, I didn't see who the name was, but they said nobody wants to see a naked dead body. If you care about me as a human being, you're really concerned with what I got on or don't got on. Y'all gonna really come to my funeral and be like, oh, he naked, I'm about to leave. What is
that? I don't want to see your naked dead ass. Don't nobody want to see that.
I'm gonna be just like this.
Well, they won't be pressing and press. Well, actually, it depends on because your cousins, depending on what money look like. Sometimes it take them like a month to bury. Sometimes 2 months. So maybe the rigor mortis will set in, and because what's the point of being like that if it's with the show ain't impressive? If it's all lump and flaccid and dead, like maybe the rigor mortis will get to it, and you be standing strong.
I don't want it to be hard either. Like I just make it long. Like
what's the point of making it? You got to let them know, let the bitches know what they missed out on. This could have been you, but my wife came in and she got all this good rigor mortis dick before it was gone.
So I like a show too. I like to pull a stunt. So could you imagine walking to my funeral and I'm like butt naked? Give me some abs, like give me a look, like give me liposuction.
So you want to get your body done before you get a casket.
No, do my body after. Like I'm gonna get the body
afterward. Not before, after you die, but make me. This is the picture that you like them girls or the people that come into the plastic surgery. Make me look like Kim Kardashian. Who would you want to look like? What would your dead body give?
Give me like one of them Black Panther bodies, like how they be on the Black Panther movie. Like let me look like that. Oh boy.
Oh my God. Just y'all better be ready because when we pass, our funeral is gonna be lit as shit.
My funeral, they're gonna be so mad y'all missed out.
Y'all gonna now that's gonna be the real party. Y'all gonna be mad because them niggas gonna be fighting. Because that's another reason why you're not gonna see my body because if one of you motherfuckers knock my casket the fuck over and my dead ass body roll the fuck out of there, that's another haunting I gotta add on the list. So no, you're gonna remember how I looked before. It's gonna be a nice little picture up there, little urn, because we're gonna go ahead and burn her up before the day comes. We gonna do it before, and that's what y'all gonna get.
Oh my God!
Where the new Dex? Get your dead body done.
Get your body. No, look. You know how people be like, who did the body? When it's me, they really gonna be like, oh, who did the body? Who did the body?
Now the abs drawn on with the Sharpie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, give it to me, baby. Oh,
We
God.
are sick. And actually, it would make sense to do that because a lot of people when they pack, you don't even be knowing. Like I remember I had one of my great grandmother passed away years ago, and I'll never forget looking when you go into the viewing, and I was like, "That's not her." So like to this day, I'm like, "Are we sure that was my great?" Because I don't think that was her. Because she looked nothing like herself. But again, the body had. I mean, she's passed on. Rest in peace. But yeah, so it wouldn't be too far of a cry from what's already going on out there, Dexter.
This is like somewhat changing the subject, but Good Morning America, the host TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, they were pulled off GMA3 this week after
For being harlots.
after their relationship was put out publicly, right? So people have had their opinions on what they think should go down with them, whatever. But CNN's Don Lemon, he decided to throw his 2 cents in, and he said, "Let them people get back on their job." And you know what? I hope that I get to see TJ Holmes in person because I want to give him a hug.
Not trolling. Come on, Don Lemon with the troll.
He is trying to get some dick. Like, I just want you to know crazy.
Because Don Lemon got him a good white man at home. Don't do that to Don. He ain't even about that. He don't be cheating.
Well, why would you want to give him a hug? And why just him? Why not her? She is a part of it too. Like, she's kind of like.
It's hard on a black man out here. And black men need to uplift other black men in media. That's what it's about, Dexter.
From what I've heard, though, or what I've read, TJ was sleeping with a lot of different women at the ABC studios. So
throwing that dick around.
He got plenty of hugs. I don't think he needs yours, Don Lemon. Just saying.
Don said, let me see what this fuss about. Look, that's why he want the hug. He hoping for a half chubby.
He'll say, no, let me stop. That's nice. That's not nice.
Say it.
Well, how come you was giving it to everybody else? You can't give it to me? Let's move on, because I like Don Lemon and I like TJ.
What's wrong with me? I don't do it for you. This ass can crack walnuts. Fuck is you talking about, TJ?
I don't know why y'all keep saying Don Lemon is married to a white man, as if literally we're talking about TJ Holmes cheating on his wife. You think people don't cheat? What's wrong with y'all? Like, you can cheat. Like, you can't.
But I love that the powers that be at ABC, y'all love there's Amy and his ass. What was it on Friday? Keegan. First of all, we ain't motherfucking slick. All of a sudden, y'all niggas is cheating. Next minute, oh, we're in love. We're in love. We're in a relationship. Y'all niggas thought that shit was going to save your jobs. But then the big wig exec said, the fuck is going on down there? But the fuck is going on here? Get your ass off the air.
They said that the two of them, after the story broke, they showed up hand in hand, laughing and joking when they walked into the studio. Do you know what you did? Like, you set the internet on fire and you walked in and you know who they remind me of? Portia. I remember when Portia, man, then she was like, "Oh, what's up, y'all?" Like, no, like,
this works for Portia because this is Bravo things. This is a family show and a family network here. We do not do Bravo. We do not do Portia and Simon over here. Actually, honorable mention to Portia. She did her, because she's an influencer now. So she was doing a promo video and she said her name, Portia, not Williams anymore, the new name. But I took issue with, I was like, why she sound like she just learned it today?
Probably did. But speaking of Portia real quick, though, that's enough, Portia. That's enough. The girl got married last week. I've seen 100 photo videos of the wedding. At this point, we don't give a shit. We're done with the wedding portion. We don't care no more. And this is how you know she didn't get no check for that wedding. Because if you would have got a check for the wedding, like, you would have waited, we would have saw it on TV. You ain't getting no money for that wedding until you're giving it to us for free on Instagram.
She said the only check I got was, that's why everybody waited, the strategy for People magazine, because they do give a check for that.
Okay.
But outside of that,
I gotta check. People make me cover my wedding. They gave me a little $250. So I mean, like, what's up?
She was like, y'all prepared to be sick of me because I'm a light IG up. And as soon as she said that, let me go on and hit the mute button because I don't need this in my life. I want you to be happy, be amazing, be in wedded bliss. But at this point, you need to be settling into the actual marriage. Okay? Let's focus on that.
Yes. Now, on the show this week, Rise and Grind Morning Show, which, by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, Toya's been filling in all week, and she'll be back in next week as well. You guys
Yeah.
talked about something in Philadelphia where there are armed guards outside of a convenience store?
Yeah, outside of a gas station. It's in North Philly. I want to say, and it's and I think that's the thing that's so alarming about it because it is on a main street. Like if you're from the area, Broad Street is basically the heart of the city. Broad Street goes all the way from South Philly all the way up to North Philly and beyond. Once it turns into the suburbs, it's called something else. So it is like the lifeline of the city. So people have been riding by and noticing there's a motherfucking armed guard, and not just armed, like not with a handgun or anything. He's standing out there with an AR-15, ready to.
Just one person?
Yes, just one person from the pictures and from the video that we saw on it.
That's my issue.
Just that it was just one?
Yeah, because
Broad and Glenwood. Thank you so much, Tasha.
These people are out here, like, they will rob this store, and they will shoot you, too. Like, it's never just one of them that is robbing these stores, and, like, it should be about 4 or 5 of them. What's the issue? I think they should be at all the stores. As a matter of fact, the holiday season coming up, put them at the Bath and Body Works. You steal these cans, I'm gonna whip your ass. I'm gonna shoot you if you do it. Like,
remember when them stores opened up in the pandemic, and them white women's was in the Bath and Body Works fighting? Y'all needed to be there to control them animals.
What's the issue? I don't understand why people would be mad at it. Okay, AR-15. To me, in this situation, AR-15 ain't enough. I think they need to have bazookas outside of the McDonald's, to be honest with you. Get rid of them. You trying to come in here and rob, you won't rob nobody else.
And you know what? And I have to say, so I would say, like, it is alarming, jarring, like, to be like, say if I'm riding down Broad Street and I need some gas and I see that shit up, okay, I don't know what the fuck am I at? Let me go on down to the next couple blocks to the gas station. But for the people who live in that community, and where a few people did call in and they were like, I'm from up there, and they were saying, yes, it makes us feel safe. And to the reports of the owner of the gas station, he says crime's gone down 80%.
And I just saw Austin Andre's mom. She said that people don't deserve to be shot for stealing. Yes, they do. And also, like, these people who are stealing from these stores, they're stealing with guns, and 9 times out of 10, they're shooting the people who they're stealing from. Sometimes they get money and stuff from these people, and they still shoot them every single day on the.
Yes, they do.
And if I needed to get gas and I saw them, I'd be like, pull up right next to me, let me pump my gas. I'm gonna give you a little tip because you stood here and made sure I was able to pump my gas. I don't got no issue with it. And if you gotta shoot, you gotta shoot them. Like, it is what it is.
And that's the thing that people are saying. The patrons and the people in the neighborhood, they feel safer. Like, it were people in the comments, they were like, yo, that's right across the street from me, and I'm happy. I go to that gas station often, and I'm happy to see them out here. I'm like, with all that, put a motherfucking sniper on the roof. I mean, what it is.
What I would rather have, I'd rather walk past a person standing there with an AR-15 than step over a dead body.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, but you might get both at the same time, depending if they run up. But listen, run up, get done up. And that's another thing. We had a person who called in, and he was one of those, this is what he did for a living. So he was like, let's be clear, these are not security guards. Like, these are people who are trained law enforcement, not policemen, but they have the credentials. They had to go through a program to get that. So he was like, the deterrent for them boys, because them boys out on them streets, they got the AR too, the ARs as well, but it's a difference when you're going against somebody who was like, no, I got my tactics straight. And these guys on the street, they don't know what the fuck they doing with the with the shit. So 9 times out of the 10, deterrent, they are not going to go up against skilled people. And it seems to be working. I know for me, I was looking at it like, well, I mean, because kids live in a neighborhood and this is what they have to see. And it's sad that this is their normal, but that's just where we are right now. But I looked at it like it's kind of like a stain on the city. Like it's, again, Broad Street is the heart of Philadelphia. So it's like,
So where
huh?
Broad Street is also where they keep robbing and killing people too. So like we just not
Yeah.
about it. It's time to do something about it. And I think if this is a step, and the thing is, this isn't even the city doing this. This is that owner of that convenience store doing it, or grocery store. That's them doing this. Which, truthfully, I feel like should be something that the city should have implemented on their own. Like y'all should. Y'all not even doing that. So people got to take matters into their own hands, and I don't have an issue with it.
And it's so sad because if the city really, would have cut down on all of this shit, and we had kind of said it before the pandemic, and only for a certain amount of time,
Canceling student.
bring the Natural Garden. Oh. It's going to stop all this shit. It's going to cut a lot of this shit out. That should deter. You really think them boys going to come outside and it's a motherfucking tank sitting out on the street? Even if it's for a certain amount of time, get your ass back in that house. You ain't doing shit up against that tank.
You know what would have helped this, and I said canceling student loans. So you see where my mind is at. Because if you cancel student loans, you won't have to steal.
Dexter, the niggas with the ARs out on the streets, I guarantee you, there ain't in no kind of student loan debt.
They not
student loan. They say, what's a student loan? They looking at you, you fucking suckers.
Oh, but
go and pick you up an AR and rob these gas stations like we do.
Real quick, though, you guys can let us know in the comments. Toya and I on our podcast, the Minimum Balance Podcast, which you can find wherever you listen to podcasts. This week, we were talking about movies and stuff, and we got into the conversation of school days and higher learning. And I said that one of those movies is absolutely terrible, and the other movie is so much better. So we kind of got into it a little bit about it. I would want to know what you guys think. Are you guys with me and you think that School Days is one of the stupidest movies ever put out? Or do you guys agree with Toya that School Days is one of Spike Lee's best? Which it is not. Just putting that out there. Well, you guys can let us know what you think about that. It's stupid.
Now you're embellishing because I love School Days. Would I say it's a Spike Lee's best? No, but for what it was and in that time and us shining a light on HBCUs and seeing the culture in a way that had never been seen before. And you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself because you went to an HBCU, sweetie. I went to a PWI, and Remy was the white man out there shooting up Tyra Banks at the PWI. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You went to one after witnessing that. I saw that, and maybe I'll stay away. And I went to the... I would rather...
Y'all head on over to Lincoln University.
But no, School Days just didn't do it for me. It was just so boring to me.
Really? Well, okay, when's the last time you watched it?
I watched it during the pandemic. I actually watched it for the first time during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. All right. So I could see why you don't have an attachment to it as well.
Right,
because
it's right on the money. Higher Learning was better, but School Days... Oh, never mind. You're not on the money. You're okay. Higher Learning was better. But...
You are right, Divas. It is what it is. I mean, both movies hold a special place in my heart because it definitely tells, different perspectives of what Black people go through on both sides of a coin, no matter which type of school, right? You go to a HBCU or a PWI, and they were trendsetters with giving us that peek into that. So I'm with it. The Sweetness 215 says the culture at the time, School Days, was in the element of the time. I like that. And School Days, I'm going to go with School Days because School Days has epic, timeless scenes in that movie. And to me, that didn't happen with Higher Learning outside of Tyra Banks getting shot.
I still hate Michael Rappaport to this day because of Like, what do you mean? Like that's
In a good way. Who the fuck wants to wake up thinking about racist Michael Rappaport shooting Tyra Banks and Omar Epps out there with the snot coming down and the cries, and I don't want to see that. But I do, however, I liked how School Days gave us little songs and dances and highlighted the beef between the AKAs and the Deltas. Because this shit still happens today. I'm with it.
And by the way, Toya, spoiler alert, you just spoiled the movie.
Well, Dexter, most people haven't seen it 30 years after it was made, like you. So, and you actually get a black card revoked because you just saw it.
I just discovered I knew who Spike Lee was, but during the pandemic, I watched all of his movies. I watched all of Spike Lee's movies during the pandemic. I saw this comment and it got to me, but whatever, I'm not gonna comment on it.
Now, what comment? What were we talking about? Our guy, Brandon Best?
It says B
dad of three, your best friend, Brandon Best, and actually so much of a good friend that you emceed his 40th birthday party. So now you don't know how to read his name?
But I think that's what it is. I think those of you guys who like School Days, in comparison to me, are probably much, much older than I am. So like I can understand why you guys would like that movie.
Take your hat off.
I'm out.
Let's take this thing back into alignment. Take your hat off and let's see.
You know what's crazy? I have some hair issues, right? And I don't know why, but I made the decision like October. I was like, I'm not getting a haircut until like my birthday, which is in January. And I be saying that like proudly too, like I'm not about to get a haircut. And it'd be like, usually when people say that, they have a full nice head of hair. You don't got that. You can't do that. Like you can't
be talking like this when you giving Patch Adams out here.
But it's grown.
A little further back. Take a little further back.
I was going to tell you, let's do the story about the man and the child.
Okay, and all right, we'll do that. Maybe one other one because we kind of want to leave on a high note. I don't want to end it on that.
We'll be quick with that.
So,
Let's do that one quickly, and then we'll do like a nice one.
Okay, all right. We'll save Indonesia for next week, for next episode.
Fair, but then
it's
just a mention. Just say what it is. What's happening there?
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get into the. Where did I write? Where did I write the shit down at? This bad, y'all, because I wrote it down, but I don't know where I wrote it the hell down at. Okay, so anyways, that was this man. We don't know what state this happened in, but there was an altercation on a road where a man was protecting his daughter who was being harassed by her boyfriend at the time. They were going into a car altercation. I guess they hit each other on the road. The boyfriend proceeds to get out of the car and try to pull the girlfriend from the car. I'm guessing as this chase was going on, the girl did what she was supposed to do and called her father. Daddy pulled up on the scene, couple shots, boyfriend is out of here. Daddy's on the run right now for murder. A lot of people in the comments were like, I don't see an issue. Taking care, he's protecting this baby girl. I don't see an issue at all. There was a threat. Daddy annihilated the threat on point. He took care of his child. Now, because the story, it didn't give the premise of what really went down. So we don't know as of now what transpired prior to that. The girl could have been totally the one in the wrong. Who knows? We don't know if she fucked his shit up. We know how women get. When you mad in the feelings, you want to break a nigga shit up, run out. Maybe he was trying to chase her down. We do not know. But going off of the story with just the basics that we know, what say you? Are you pro this or against this?
100% against it. I think this is stupid, actually. And I think that the dad did this and people are celebrating it. I very strongly believe that people should take care of their children 100%. Like, protect your children, take care of your children. But my wife and I have this thing, right, where we're always like, there's consequences and there's actions for the consequences that you do. So if right now, if she and I have a daughter together, right, our daughter gets into a situation with this guy, I then go out and I shoot and kill this guy. Now I'm on the run because they want to take me to jail. What does that then do for my family? What does that do for my wife? What does that do for my daughter? Yes, this boy's not alive anymore, but I'm now in jail. So any money that I was making, any contribution to life I was making, that's in jail with me. And I don't understand why we're celebrating that. Like, okay, like, you did what you thought was the right thing to do by shooting and killing this man, but you're in jail. Like, enjoy prison, because that's where you're going to go now.
I think for me, and maybe it could be a bit different because you don't have children. I don't have children either, but I have raised a few. I'm the oldest of motherfucking 9 kids, so I don't care what nobody say. I done changed motherfucking diapers since I was 5 years old, okay? And I look at my nieces and nephews like, listen, I don't give a damn. You come for any of mine, okay? Nicki Minaj is going down's basements. That's a wrap for you. And I will gladly sit in jail because Mama Bear had to pull up. You're not going to touch none of mine. I'm sorry.
I think there's ways around that. I definitely think that I wouldn't let anybody do anything. I don't even let people do something like this to my friends without me getting involved and stepping in. I'm not going to break up the fight like Lil Wayne's guy or whatever. But I do think that, like, in these situations, you doing something else and having a conversation, fighting even, may pick up a brick and hit him with it. Like, I'm not saying anything, but to go and pull out a gun to shoot him and kill him, I just don't think you thought that through. Like, violence.
Well, you didn't think that through because you're acting off emotion. BB's, hey, BB girl, she said, yeah, I have to do a pull up on you. It's happening. OYMT, I'm sorry. He says, run because police kill you.
Well, sure. But you're going to go to jail. Like, and then the thing is, if
I'm going to go to jail.
Motion and you went and you shot this man, consequences and actions. You know, if you shoot somebody, people know that you did it, you have to go to jail. Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Why run? Why would you run? You did it.
I don't agree with the running. You're right, Dexter. Like, because it's like at that point, you just, if I take you out of here to protect my babies, hands up, gun on the ground, do what I got to do. But guess what? I would be celebrated as soon as I get in the on the cell block, because that's what they do. I know a few people that have been in jail. They was like,
and guess what?
You get in the jail, they be like, yo, that's what's up. You get honey buns all year. We set 3 hots in the cot. I can get up. I'm working out now. That's all I do is work out in prison.
Yeah, get your degree in there too. Have a good time in that prison cell. But guess what?
Having barbecues in there. What's the issue?
Have a good time. But guess what? Old habits die hard. So if your daughter got involved with a guy who was doing stuff like that, guess what she's gonna be doing while you're in jail?
But then it also depends on, I think again, we're only going off of the little bit that we know, because there are a lot of consequences involved, because most people, they say you're beating on, the family, my daughter's getting beat on by her boyfriend. And most like men in the family, they will step up and say something. But it gets to a point where if the daughter or the person or the victim keeps going back to the person, I'm probably not going to die over that. He's going to get his ass beat a couple of times, but you keep going back. It gets to a point where you got to be like, I don't know, everybody's got to handle their situation for the best way for them. But if it's a one-off situation and you're protecting my child and I'm protecting my child, you're the fuck out of here. It's done.
Well, on the bright side, in this situation, we know that this daughter won't go back to that guy.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I said the daughter, she can't go back to that guy.
And mission accomplished.
You know why she can't? He's dead.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to hear more details behind it, but just for what it is, again, I will gladly We just gonna sit here and rock out. Mama, create me a GoFundMe. I need some money.
I don't know if I can go. Maybe it's because I don't have no kids, but I can't go to jail for no child.
You say that now until it's yours. Like I think because you just haven't had that attachment just yet.
You know,
but some people say that, but once it's yours, you think differently.
And I love my nieces and nephews too, but
they're not yours though.
I'm not going to jail. I'm not about to kill nobody. I can't do it. That's crazy.
So I'll say what the nieces and nephews. Well, what they do? What the other person? I'm not doing that.
Look, with the nieces and nephews. So, like, what your dad gonna do about it?
Look, what your mom and dad say? Fuck. All right, let me pull up, but we're gonna put them on the first line of defense.
OMT said I can go to jail. I will go to jail for my daughters, but my sons, they got to get it on their own.
And some people feel that way. It's different when it's a male and female type situation. So you gonna let your son get beat on by his women, by his woman, his man?
Then again, I guess though, like if a boy is having an issue with a woman, why would you get involved in that? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's a battle that they can deal with on their own. Like I don't think I need to, unless actually I take that back. If my son was in a domestic situation and a woman is like hitting him and stuff like this, and obviously he knows not to hit this woman back or whatever, and she's still doing it, I would pull up. I'm not saying I'm gonna hit the girl or nothing like that, but like if I catch you hitting my son, I'm gonna call the cops on you. You better stop it.
No, if I'm pulling up, violence is going to ensue. Like that's the purpose of the pull up. I gotta beat you I either have to beat you the fuck up, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna come strapped because I don't know what the fuck is going on in the situation. So when I pull up, the heat will be on site. And when I get the fuck out the car, if I see you in your motherfucking monkey suit, I got to shoot you. Because it's a threat right in front of my child. This is self-defense. I'm sorry. I'm not letting no harm come to my baby. And BB said, and for Dexter, this is for you. Until you see that little parasite grow into a mini you. It hits a little differently. It does. But in those situations, it's one of those things you can never say. We hope none of us are in these situations, but you never say what you're going to do until it happens. But I'm just telling you, I don't play about none of mine. And if this parasite was sucking the life force out of me, came through out of Chocolate's vagina, yeah. Out this chocolatey vagina, yeah, you got to get the motherfucking business. I'm sorry.
I play about mine just a little bit.
Just a little. You play about yours depending on what did you do? What you do?
You know, I gotta be real. I'm sorry. I'm not going to. I can't. I lived.
I had a good time. I feel like you would do so well in jail, Dexter, because you're very smart. So you would be like the you would be like the professor of the cell block. Like everybody would go to you for mentorship and like to your favorite movie for higher learning.
Toya, there's a building at Lincoln University called the LOC, right? That to me is the equivalent of being in jail. And I've been there. I don't want to go back. Like, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to be there.
Well, listen, let's just say you can do jail in the States. You just don't want to do jail outside the country because in the States, we're going to camp.
Okay.
We're going to camp with our friends. Like, we're going to have a good time. We're going to barbecue. You're going to have your TikTok. You're going to be in there creating jail dances. It's camp. So you'll be good here. You'll be okay. And you will be running it.
Toy, these people, if I went to jail, them people would beat the they would kill me. I wouldn't survive. Exactly. Brown.
Baby, tell me up there taking the money off your books. Buy me a motherfucking honey bun pussy.
I'm like, hey, I put some money on my books. I gotta buy this guy some honey buns. No, but if I killed somebody to get into jail and you think you can boss me around when I'm in jail, I'm gonna slice your throat. Like, there's no, no, you're not gonna be punking me in jail. Brown.
I'm not getting punked. I'm not getting punked in no motherfucking jail. It's not I'm gonna have to go in there and be an animal, right with everybody else. Jail rules is different from the outside. I just gotta go in here fucking crazy so people know not to fuck with me because it's not happening. I will not be on the phone and you stealing my coins. Where the shank at?
Beat me up and stuff like that. Wish you would hit me. Like, what is wrong with you? Also, Brown Eyes 24 Fit. She went to Lincoln University and she just described the building perfectly. She said it's a hot ass building with little ass windows. That's it. That is it.
It's prison. It's jail. Throw a couple books at you, get in there and read.
It wasn't jail.
We're not going to talk disparaging about HBCUs. They've been drugged through the mud enough this week.
It's one building on a beautiful campus. Everything else is great.
Well, BB said, yeah, adapt immediately. Absolutely. I ain't gonna be no bitch. Don't think that shit is sweet over here. You either gonna get shanked or beat the fuck up. Which way you want to go? You want to live? Because guess what? Somebody going out, and it ain't gonna be me. We just gonna put it that way.
What I did to get here, right? Okay.
Exactly. But depending on the crime, that's what I'm saying. If you're protecting your babies, 9 times out of 10, you're going to pull up in there. You're going to be a celebrity on the block anyway. So you're going to have it made. It just depends on the crime. I used to date a guy back in the day. He was went to jail a couple, 2-3 times for robbing banks. But the first time he went to jail, he said he got up in there and everybody on the cell block started cheering him on.
For robbing the bank? They must have thought he kept some of that money or something like that. Like, why would that be celebratory? I don't get it.
Dexter, it's bragging rights. You in here for what? It's a different world. Jail rules don't make sense for us on the outside, okay?
One time I went to this thing, Brandon does this thing where he goes to like the prison system, right? And there's like young kids from prison, like juvenile detention before they go to general population, right? So and it was my first time being in there with these kids, and I go, so what are you in for?
Ain't no motherfucking job interview.
So what you do to get in here? And tell you, like, they be telling me some of the stuff, and I'd be like, ooh, forget I asked. Good Lord. Like, they'll be like, oh, I killed. I probably shouldn't say this, but they'd be like, oh, like, you saw that shooting on the news where somebody killed their grandma? Yeah, that was me. But I'm getting out of here. And I'd be like, no, you're not.
No, it's done. Ever. After this juvie, it's big boy jail after this. You're never coming home.
Out of here, big dog.
I went. That's somebody will wrap it up on this too. I did do in college. I forgot which class that I went to, but we did have to do a tour at a juvenile facility. Mm-hmm. So it was like we had to go talk to the kids, see how they were living. I ain't talk to shit. I just sat back there and listened. But the way some of these kids was talking, you don't need to be out there.
So yeah, that night when I left out of there, I called him and I said, hey, I really appreciate this opportunity. I'm never going back. I'm sorry, I can't.
We are two of the same because listen, I like charitable work. We're gonna have to pick another cause. Sit your ass in there because I can't do nothing for you with this motherfucking mentality you got sitting up in here.
Playing basketball with those kids, I was like, if you foul that boy, he's gonna kill you. Like, I'm sorry. I just am not.
Know that. Know it. It's not happening. And I ain't saying like, listen to, and you know what's crazy? The girls were worse than the boys.
But just imagine, like, if you're a girl and you're in juvenile detention, whatever, you know the anger is there. They probably ready to fight. They
were looking at us like, we'll beat your ass. One girl was like, what the fuck you looking at? You lucky. You know what? Nothing, because I ain't staying here. You got to. You know what, man? I ain't looking at a thing.
I will say,
sleep well tonight.
I will like the program. If you guys are interested, it's called Brotherhood. It is an amazing program. I would highly recommend donating to them. Join.
Yes,
I think it's such a great thing they're doing. One other thing is that the kids were saying that they don't give them underwear. Like, they wear the same underwear like every day, essentially. I didn't know that. And like the pastor who does it, he comes and he brings them underclothes and stuff. And I do think that if you guys are looking to places to donate during the holidays and stuff, I would highly recommend donating to them. Yes, these kids are delusional and they're in jail for some crazy stuff, but I don't think anybody deserves that kind of treatment.
Everybody deserves a clean pair of underwear. Come on. And just think of the disease and like infections that are bred under that. Like, I don't like that. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, yes, you did commit a crime, but you are still human, and nobody should be walking around with one fucking pair of underwear, especially when you're serving your time. Like, I'm serving the time.
Must be prison is reform, so like help the kids get reformed.
That's what they say. Ain't no motherfucking reform going on in these prisons, unfortunately. I told you mine in jail a couple, 2, 3 times. Where was the reform? Why you had to go test it out 2 more times?
Let me just close on this last note here. If you guys are in the holiday spirit, it's Christmas time, Hanukkah time, Kwanzaa time, and we're loading up on us. If you have not put up your tree, your menorah, your candles, and all that kind of stuff like that, your lights outside, don't worry about it. You're lazy.
You don't celebrate. You don't celebrate.
You're lazy. You missed the opportunity. Stop. Don't worry about it. If your stuff ain't up by now, you're not going to put it up.
No.
Just look at ours. Look at the pictures of ours. Don't even. If you haven't ordered your holiday pajamas, you wasn't trying to do it anyway. Don't even worry about it.
At all. Now I'm all for you. I mean, well, I don't know. I guess some people, they don't celebrate and that's it. But if you do subscribe and you got kids in the house and they got to go to school talking about showing they pictures of the trees because all these kids got phones now, where your tree at? Don't embarrass these babies like this. Don't be a horrible parent.
And people out here talking about, I'll shoot somebody and go to jail for my kid. You don't even put a Christmas tree up for your kid. Shut up. For that child. You don't care about that child that much. I don't want to hear it.
Get your Christmas tree up and then we'll talk after that. And then come back to this conversation. Well, with that said, everybody, thank you so much for joining and pulling up on us. We really appreciate you. And after this, a bitch is jumping in a shower. I'm going to get me some of that Pastor Jamal Bryant cultivation. I'm going to eat, and we're going to fuck the bed.
Let me say what I'm about to do. Y'all gonna love this.
Go ahead, let's go.
When we leave out of here, I am going to take my wife's car to the gas station. Hopefully somebody's on the AR-15, and I'm going to gas this beautiful queen's car up, and then I'm going to come back home and park it, and I'm just so to make sure that she doesn't have to go to the gas station on her own.
As a good motherfucking husband should. Come on now. You're trying to make this thing last, ain't you?
Woo. That Christmas gift. Make
it last forever and ever.
Be on fire, okay? You better. I'm learning. I'm really learning how to be like a husband, and so this is crazy.
And listen, you moving like that? Ooh, you gonna be married for a very long time, sir. Because that's basically talking dirty to me. You did what?
And that's the new me. You want the old me? I'd be like, well, you got to come with me. And then I probably went on her phone and cashed up myself however much money I spent. But the new me, he ain't even worried about it. He gonna go. He gonna spend his own money. I'm gonna see if she wants back. She want to or something like that. And I'm coming.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The gates of love are open. Because it's the little things.
When I give her a card on Christmas, she's going to open it up. It's going to be the receipt for today.
And no, the fuck it ain't me. And then you'll be, Fatima, file the divorce papers. I'm not an attorney, but I can somewhat guide you in the right direction. You are something. Boy, you something else.
We've come a long way. Remember before she wouldn't even let me pump her gas?
She did. Well, I will never forget. Me and Dex were at work one day. He just could not get over it. And I'm just happy that Fatima, girl, sometimes this independent woman should be getting to y'all heads. I needed to stop. Let the nigga pump your gas. This is, if there's a man sitting in the car in the passenger seat or the driver's seat, get your ass up and pump that fucking gas.
Really?
I'm never going to fight over no man to pump the motherfucking gas or take out the trash or fix some shit in the house.
Realistically speaking, do you know how embarrassing it is for men to sit in the I think a lot of women, some guys actually probably don't care, but I care. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be sitting in the passenger seat of your car or a car and a woman is out pumping the gas? Like, you just might as well just put a pair of panties on at this point. Like, it just,
You look like a piece of shit.
yes, you look.
He might have money. This is another story I saw real quick. This is the type of dude who does stuff like this. There was a story that trended, and women, something going on. We need to get the great aunts. We need the school of the great aunties and the grandmothers upon us, because the girl got on social media, told us all of her business. She let this guy come to her house on a first date, talking about, let me come cook you damn dinner. He came and cooked dinner. He ain't bring no groceries. So they had French toast and eggs. And she was like, well, where's the groceries? He was like, so you want me to cook dinner and buy you the groceries too? The nigga stayed the night. Next minute, you know, he wouldn't leave. She was asking money for the bills. And she was like, if you don't pay the money for the bills, then you got to go. The nigga gonna go, oh, well, I already get mail here. So what you gonna do? This bitch had to do a whole ruse and pretend like she was getting evicted to get this man out of her house. If you don't wait till that motherfucker go to sleep and whip on his ass, get the fuck out. Daddy, we got an eviction to do. You're getting the fuck out of this house.
Now,
okay?
I'm not going to ever shoot anybody, but if my daughter called me and she was going through that situation, I'm going to beat his ass and hers.
Yeah, because what the fuck is going on? What is the school of the great aunties and the daddies? I'm sick of y'all over here doing stupid shit like this. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Stop letting these niggas come up in your house. You don't even know them. You be letting them drive your car all around the motherfucking neighborhood, not gassing it up.
When you be at work all this time or whatever, right? So ain't nobody driving the car when you be at work?
No. Shit, I would. Listen, Chocolate Divinity don't subscribe to shit like this. This is one thing I swear to beans and rice, you will never catch me in this situation. I will be old, raggedy, dried the fuck up before some shit like this will ever happen to me. It's not a possibility. Y'all bitches is out here stupid, and I need you to do better. This is not okay.
I knew.
Again, 9 times out of 10, I can't beat no man ass, but you gotta go to fuck to sleep. And when you go to sleep, you might meet your maker.
I knew I was going to get you riled up. Remember when you...
like that gets to me.
Remember when I used to say with your ex-boyfriend, I would say like, oh, he let you do that? You used to fall for every time. Like, you're a sucker. You know that? You really are a sucker. Like, the stuff I be saying here, you fall for it every single time. I'm like...
Actually, I like to entertain your raggedy ass. That's what it's really about. Because every now and then, you get my juices flowing, and every now and again, you got to test the waters, because you know I'm in the stage of peace and prosperity and life and positive manifestations. Mm-hmm. But every now and again, you got to get your waters tested to see if you can get in there. If I need to get in that bag, it's a possibility. So don't let this positive manifestation shit, positive affirmation get you fucked up. You still can get it.
I don't know how good it was. There's no way. I agree. And people are like, literally, if you just want to have sex with someone, just have sex with them. They don't have to live in your house. They don't even got to come to your house. You get a hotel. You can do it in the car. You don't got to let these people come to your house.
That's what I'm really not understanding this. I just need people to do better. But maybe you should start classes. Let's start some classes. We're gonna teach the babies. We're gonna start.
2023. We are going to teach you guys. We're going to teach you men how to be men's how to be men's, and women's how to be women's.
Yes, because we sick of it. Somebody's gotta put the thing back on track.
Because y'all are starting to tell these stories, and y'all are telling these stories with pride. Like y'all think it's cute. Like that woman told. She said that. Like nobody else told her story. She told this story. Y'all think that's cute, and it's got to stop.
And here's the thing. I think she was just so free of telling the story because in her mind, I'm not the only one going through this. I know I'm not alone.
But let me tell you this, though. If I was going through that, if I'm him or her, I ain't telling nobody about that. That's going to be something that I take to my grave.
You gonna see it on the news. Daddy pulled up, dude was out of here. And that's just what it was.
Look, Protective Styles by Issa. Your students are not on this live. The people on this live are geniuses. Y'all are men's and women's. Y'all know what y'all doing, and y'all
Yes.
fooled into this. However, y'all got the cousins. Y'all got the, like all that kind of stuff like that. You gotta make sure they on top of this kind of stuff.
And if you aren't equipped with the knowledge, send them our way. We gonna get them set up and on a better road in life. We got them. So send them our way. We'll discuss our fees afterward.
Because y'all got the money. Because y'all clearly pay.
Y'all just giving it away. You might as well go to a good motherfucking cause so we can put you on game. What the hell? Hi, Lauren, baby. Thank you, Love Bug. Everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will see you next week for more fun. Go on, hit that YouTube and subscribe. Chocolate Divinity. We love you.
We're going to have our New Year's resolutions next week, so we want you guys to come up with your New Year's resolutions.
I won't have anything in tow because I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. But you know what? The rest of you, go off. I'll be here. I'm open to listening to them all.
Well, I got a lot of them.
Let's do it then. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if you're on your way to work tomorrow morning, between 6 to 10, tune in to Power 99. You can catch it on the iHeart Radio app. And listen to Rise and Grind. I can't wait to have a good time with the boys tomorrow morning. Bye.